Power is not something you are given. It's something you build moment by moment through control, awareness, and unwavering self-command. To build an aura so powerful it bends people to your will, you must first learn to master yourself. Machiavelli understood this. People don't follow truth, they follow strength. And strength is not loud, it's silent, deliberate, and deeply rooted in self-belief. When you walk into a room, your energy speaks before your mouth ever does. People instantly feel your presence, and that feeling determines how they treat you. A weak aura is scattered, desperate for attention, approval, or validation. A powerful aura is centered, calm, aware, and untouchable. To achieve this, you must first anchor yourself in certainty. Know exactly who you are, what you want, and what you stand for. The man or woman who needs nothing from anyone is the one everyone wants approval from. Your voice carries your authority. Speak slowly, with purpose. Let silence be your ally. Every pause should feel intentional, every word measured. The moment you rush, you lose control. Silence makes people lean in. It forces them to hang on to your every word. Practice breathing deeply and speaking from your core, not your throat. Speak less, but when you do, make every syllable carry weight. Your body language is your silent army. Stand tall, shoulders back, chin level. Move slowly, with grace and control. When you enter a space, own it, not with arrogance, but with awareness. Don't fidget. Don't rush. Every motion should communicate intention. Make eye contact, not to intimidate, but to dominate softly. Hold it just long enough to make the other person feel seen, but not long enough to make them defensive. Let your eyes project quiet confidence. The kind that says, I know what I'm doing, and I know who I am. Silence is power. People fear silence because it exposes their nerves. They fill it with words, trying to escape discomfort. But the powerful man or woman sits comfortably in silence. When you speak less, you force others to reveal more. You create an invisible tension that pulls attention toward you. Mastering silence means mastering control over every conversation you enter. Your presence should feel like gravity, subtle but impossible to ignore. When you speak, people should stop to listen. And when you walk in, heads should turn without understanding why. This doesn't happen by accident. It happens because you move, talk, and think with deliberate precision. You never rush. You never explain more than necessary. You never chase. You allow the world to come to you. To build a powerful aura, you must live with consistency. Keep your word. Stay emotionally stable. The world tests you. People provoke you. Situations shake you, and stress tries to bend you. But your strength lies in how unbothered you remain. Never let emotion break your composure. People trust calm energy. Chaos obeys it. When you remain centered while others lose control, you become the anchor in every storm. Perception is everything. The way people see you shapes the way they treat you. Dress like someone who respects themselves. Clean, sharp, and intentional. Smell good, but never overwhelming. Speak clearly. Keep your movements smooth. Every detail matters. Your appearance is not vanity, it's strategy. The person who controls perception controls influence. Reputation is your armor. Never allow gossip, inconsistency, or small behavior to chip away at it. Be known as the person who delivers, the one who doesn't flinch, the one who never explains too much. Your reputation should speak before you do. People should know when you arrive, things happen. Learn the art of emotional detachment. People lose their aura when they become reactive. They argue. They chase validation. They let emotions leak through their expressions. You must rise above that. Detachment doesn't mean you don't feel. It means you don't show everything you feel. Never give people your emotional buttons to press. The less predictable you are, the more powerful you become. Charisma is not about being liked. It's about being felt. It's about the emotional state you transmit. People remember how you made them feel, not what you said. When you speak, look into their soul. Not through them, not over them, but into them. Make them feel seen, but keep your mystery. Be warm, but untouchable. The most magnetic people are those who seem open, yet impossible to fully grasp. Storytelling is another weapon of influence. When you share ideas, do it through stories. People forget information, but they remember emotion. Every story should have tension, struggle, and resolution. Show them transformation, not instruction. Let them draw their own conclusions. When they believe they've discovered the lesson themselves, your influence becomes invisible, yet absolute. Timing is everything. Knowing when to speak is more powerful than knowing what to say. A single sentence delivered at the right time can change minds. Wait, Watch, observe. Most people react. The powerful anticipate. Never act from desperation. Patience creates leverage. When you move, move like it was planned all along. Your network amplifies your aura. Power attracts power. Surround yourself with disciplined, driven, and strategic minds. Never cling to people who drain you or need constant reassurance. Build alliances, not attachments. Be loyal, but not blind. Machiavelli taught that alliances must serve mutual strength, never dependency. Give value, but keep your autonomy. Control information. The less people know about your inner world, the more they will assume. Mystery fuels respect. Reveal things slowly, strategically. The person who speaks too much destroys their own image. Guard your secrets, not because you're hiding, but because you understand that silence is protection. Your aura is the reflection of your inner hierarchy. If you are chaotic inside, your energy will leak chaos. If you are calm inside, your energy will command peace. Spend time alone. Train your mind. Read deeply. Observe people. Watch how they move, how they lie, how they seek attention. When you understand the game, you no longer need to play it. You start directing it. Power is not about controlling others. It's about being so composed, so certain that others naturally align around you. You don't demand attention, you attract it. You don't beg for respect, you command it. You don't chase, you draw in. When your aura is unshakable, you become the center of gravity in every room. The loud ones fall silent, the arrogant ones soften. The insecure ones seek your validation. And through it all, you remain still, calm, observant, untouchable. That is Machiavelli's way, not through cruelty or chaos, but through mastery of the self. Control your thoughts, your emotions, and your reactions, and you control how the world bends around you. True power is not measured by how many people obey you. It's measured by how people feel when you enter their presence. The truly powerful don't need to raise their voice. They don't need to prove anything. Their silence speaks louder than words. Their calm commands more than any threat ever could. This is the Machiavellian way. To rule the unseen, to influence without showing effort, to bend the world through the sheer weight of presence. Building an aura that bends people to your will begins with one thing: self-command. You cannot influence others if you are still at war with yourself. The man who reacts emotionally, who is easily offended, who seeks validation, will always be ruled by others. But the one who masters his own reactions becomes untouchable. You must train yourself to be unmoved by noise, by praise, or by insult. When nothing external can shake your internal calm, you become a force people can't understand, and therefore can't control. Yay, people fear what they can't predict. That's why stillness is such a powerful weapon. When others can't read you, they project power onto you. You become a mystery, and mystery always breeds fascination. The loud ones may attract attention, but the quiet ones keep it. They make people wonder what's behind the silence, what's going on inside that calm, collected face. Every movement, every word, every glance, it all contributes to your aura. Move slowly, speak less, observe more. The more control you show, the more control you actually gain. In any room, people unconsciously look for a leader, someone who seems to know what they're doing, someone whose energy feels stable. When you stay composed while others panic, when you listen while others talk, people start looking to you for guidance without even realizing it. Learn to become comfortable with discomfort. Most people can't handle tension. They want to escape it. But power lives in tension. The moment you can hold eye contact without flinching, stay calm when others lose patience, or smile when others show fear, you begin to dominate the unseen layers of interaction. It's not about intimidation, it's about control. You're not forcing anyone. You're simply so grounded that everyone else loses their balance around you. Understand this. Your aura is not about faking confidence. It's about building it from within. It's about discipline, how you sleep, how you dress, how you move, how you think. Confidence is the side effect of keeping promises to yourself. When you know you've done the work, when you know you've conquered your own laziness, your energy shifts. People can feel it, they can't explain it, but they sense it. That's why disciplined people radiate quiet strength. They're not pretending. Learn to detach from outcomes. Desire makes you weak. The more you need something, the more control it has over you. Machiavelli understood that the most dangerous person is the one who doesn't depend on anyone's approval or affection. When you stop chasing, things start chasing you. Power comes from patience. The hunter who moves too soon scares away the prey. The one who waits always wins. Every great manipulator of perception knows that attention is currency. You must learn when to give it, when to take it, and when to withhold it. The more selective you are with your attention, the more valuable it becomes. Never give everyone equal access to you. Make people earn your time, your presence, your energy. The less available you are, the more magnetic you become. Scarcity always creates value. You must also learn to manage your reputation like a general manages his army. Your name should mean something. It should carry weight, reliability, competence, mystery. Never let yourself be seen as desperate, reactive, or common. Every time you act impulsively, you weaken your image. Guard it fiercely. In public, be composed. In private, you may struggle, but never let the mask slip too easily. The world respects control, not confession. Powerful people understand framing, the ability to define the situation before anyone else does. Whoever sets the frame controls the outcome. When you enter a conversation, decide what the narrative will be. Speak first when it comes to setting context. Speak last when it comes to judgment. That way, you lead the perception from beginning to end. Never explain too much. Explanations expose weakness. If someone doesn't understand you, let them stay confused. The moment you over-clarify, you hand them the frame. Speak in short, precise statements that leave room for interpretation. Let others chase your meaning. It makes them invest energy into you, and that's the foundation of psychological dominance. Keep your circles small but sharp. Surround yourself with people who elevate your thinking, not those who drain it. Weak minds crave gossip. Strong minds crave strategy. Learn to read people quickly. Their tone, their posture, their eyes, energy never lies. If someone's presence feels heavy or confusing, distance yourself. Protect your energy like a kingdom, because your aura is your kingdom. Your emotions are soldiers. Learn to deploy them strategically. Anger, joy, sadness, all can be used to influence, but only if you control them. The one who controls his emotional temperature controls the entire interaction. If you stay calm when others are heated, they will eventually follow your rhythm. The more emotionally composed you are, the more others adjust themselves around your frequency. Confidence is not saying, "I'm the best." It's walking into a room and not needing to say anything at all. It's knowing that your silence already speaks for you. The powerful never rush to prove. They let time, results, and energy speak. Your aura is also shaped by how you handle setbacks. When things go wrong, and they will, never show panic. The world watches closely when you fall. That's when your aura is truly tested. Respond with calm, not complaint. Move forward quietly. Let others waste energy talking about problems while you focus on solutions. The more composed you remain during chaos, the more people begin to see you as a pillar. Machiavelli believed that appearances are more important than reality because people rarely see the truth. They see what you present. I'll use this to your advantage. If you appear strong, calm, and in control, people will treat you as such, even before you truly become it. That treatment will then reinforce your confidence, creating a self-fulfilling loop of power. You must also learn the art of subtle unpredictability. Predictability breeds complacency. Never let people feel like they fully understand you. Occasionally surprise them, not through erratic behavior, but through strategic variation. Change your rhythm, shift your tone, alter your responses just enough to keep people guessing. Mystery keeps people invested. Comfort makes them forget you. Patience and observation are your hidden weapons. People reveal everything if you simply stay quiet long enough. Watch their words, but study their patterns. Most people betray their intentions without realizing it through micro-expressions, hesitations, or contradictions. Learn to see what others don't. The one who observes longest controls most. Your aura becomes magnetic when it's rooted in authenticity and control. Pretending to be powerful never works. The world can smell insecurity. Real strength is quiet because it's stable. The one who knows doesn't need to shout. The one who's truly confident doesn't compete. They create their own lane. In the end, power is not about domination. It's about influence. Influence is the ability to make others move without pushing them. When your energy, your tone, and your presence align, you don't need to demand. People simply comply willingly. That is the invisible empire of aura. And when you reach that level, when your energy is grounded, your emotions are mastered, and your silence carries authority, the world begins to bend toward you. not because you forced it, but because you became gravity itself. When you understand the deeper psychology of people, you begin to see how fragile their confidence really is. Most people are driven by fear. Fear of being ignored, fear of rejection, fear of failure. When you rise above that fear, you automatically rise above them. Power isn't about shouting or controlling others through threats. It's about mastering the invisible game of perception and emotion. The calmest person in the room always wins because calmness signals control, and control is what everyone unconsciously respects. The first rule of aura building is emotional sovereignty. Never let anyone else dictate how you feel. The moment your emotions depend on external approval, you become a puppet. Detach yourself from praise and criticism equally. Both are illusions. Praise inflates the ego, criticism bruises it, but both are temporary. Your center must remain still, like a mountain that doesn't move regardless of the weather around it. There will be moments when people will test you, intentionally or unconsciously. They'll try to provoke reactions, question your authority, or challenge your presence. Do not engage emotionally. The moment you react, you've already lost control. Instead, let their words dissolve into silence. Look them in the eyes, smile slightly, and say nothing. The silence will make them uncomfortable. That discomfort will make them respect you more than any argument ever could. Charisma is not about being liked by everyone. It's about being unforgettable. When people meet you, they should feel something powerful. Curiosity, admiration, even intimidation. It doesn't matter what emotion you awaken as long as it leaves a mark. People forget words, but they never forget energy. So your job is to refine your energy to the point where your presence itself becomes a message. Every move you make, every expression you wear should say, "I am in control." Learn to regulate your emotional temperature. The greatest leaders throughout history, from emperors to strategists, were not those who acted fastest, but those who stayed composed under pressure. In chaos, they looked calm. In uncertainty, they appeared certain. That illusion of certainty is what made people follow them. When everyone else loses their head, your stillness becomes a lighthouse in the storm. Another key to building a Machiavellian aura is selective transparency. Reveal little, conceal much. Let people know enough to feel they understand you, but never so much that they truly do. Humans are drawn to mystery because it activates their imagination. If they can't figure you out, they'll think about you more. And in thinking about you, they give you power. Say less than necessary and let silence do the rest. A true master of presence uses 3 tools better than anyone else: timing, tone, and intention. Timing is knowing when to speak, tone is how you speak, and tension is the silence between the words. When these 3 work in harmony, your speech becomes hypnotic. People start hanging on every pause, waiting for what comes next. That's how you bend attention to your will. Control your reactions in social interactions. When someone insults you or challenges you, remain composed. A simple smirk, a calm nod, or quiet laughter is far more powerful than anger. Your restraint makes them question their own strength. The less you react, the more powerful you appear. Remember, the powerful do not need to prove. Their stillness proves it for them. The Machiavellian approach to power is not about cruelty. It's about awareness. It's about understanding that people are emotional creatures, not logical ones. Influence them emotionally and logic will follow. Compliment when it benefits you. Withdraw approval when it strengthens your frame. People crave validation, so giving or withholding it strategically allows you to guide their behavior without force. Keep your ambitions private. The most dangerous person is the one whose next move no one can predict. Share your goals only when they are already achieved. Talk less about what you're going to do. Let your results speak for you. Silence shields you from envy, sabotage, and unnecessary opinions. Confidence grows in solitude. Spend time alone to build self-awareness. The more comfortable you are in your own company, the less you need the company of others. People who fear solitude often chase relationships or validation but can't face themselves. But when you learn to enjoy your own presence, you radiate completeness. And that completeness draws others in. Observe everything. Speak little. Every person reveals who they are through patterns, how they react under pressure, how they speak when nervous, how they treat people beneath them. The powerful study these patterns quietly. Knowledge is leverage, and the one who observes has the power to predict. The one who predicts has the power to control. To build a truly commanding aura, you must also master detachment from outcome. When you want something too badly, attention, success, love, you create energy of lack. That lack is felt by others. Neediness repels, self-sufficiency attracts. The less you appear to need, the more the world wants to give. The man who can walk away from anything holds all the power. Presence is a muscle. It grows with discipline. Start every day by centering yourself. Don't rush into the world's chaos. Begin with silence, breath, and focus. Walk slowly. Think before you speak. When you move, let it feel like every action has purpose. Your aura is strengthened every time you choose stillness over noise, composure over reaction. Study human nature. It never changes. People are driven by emotion, ego, and fear. If you understand those three forces, you can guide almost anyone. But use this power with precision, not cruelty. Influence should never be reckless. It should be intentional, elegant, and silent. The best manipulation is the kind no one sees, the kind that feels like free will. Your clothing, your tone, your words, they are all tools of perception. Every detail adds to your aura. Look polished, but never flashy. Smell clean, but never overpowering. Speak with authority, but never arrogance. Be firm, but not unkind. The goal is balance, a calm strength that people can feel but can't define. Powerful people always have an air of unreachability. Not arrogance, but distance. They give attention selectively, affection sparingly, and approval rarely. This scarcity builds value. People chase what they can't easily have, so don't be too available. Be kind but unpredictable. Be present but never fully accessible. The aura of mystery keeps you desirable, respected, and feared all at once. When you walk, walk with intention. Don't rush. Each step should look like it belongs to someone who has nowhere to prove themselves, nowhere to be, because the world moves around them. The one who moves slowly in a fast world radiates control. The one who reacts slowly in an emotional world radiates power. Machiavelli once said, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." But the modern adaptation is deeper. It is better to be respected than either feared or loved. Fear fades when the threat disappears. Love fades when emotions shift, but respect endures. You earn respect through consistency, through discipline, through mastering yourself. A true aura of power is effortless. It doesn't chase, it attracts. It doesn't prove, it demonstrates. It doesn't beg, it receives. It doesn't demand loyalty, it inspires it. When you embody composure, confidence, and clarity, you stop needing to convince people of your worth. They simply feel it. This is how you bend people to your will without force, by mastering yourself so completely that the world naturally bends around your energy. That is the essence of Machiavellian power, invisible influence through visible control.